Let me take the time to say a special good morning to one and all listening to Classic Radio, and those of you viewing GBN TV. Good morning, welcome. It's to the point for today, Wednesday, the 20th day of March of May 20. Where have I gone back to the month of March for some reason? I went back to the month of March. It's the 20th day of May 2025. Why have I gone back to something about March? Just came across my mind or what? I guess that's the reason why I got it. Let me say good morning to those of you also via our social media platforms, whether it's the Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning to you. Welcome. It's to the point. I'm your host, GT, with you this morning. And suddenly, I have an interesting program lined up for you today, folks. And we'll be joining my guests. They will be via the Zoom platform this morning. And we decided for an interesting conversation. And of course, they'll be representing the Ministry of Education. Should I say the Library Service Department of the Ministry of Education? I'm going to let the individuals introduce themselves and get the conversation started. Good morning to you, ladies, and welcome to the point this morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Certainly lovely to have you. So, I see we have Alisha. I'm going to let you, of course, I just gave a first name. I'll let you give the other details that represents you, and then we go to our second guest. Good morning to you.
So my name is Alisha Sylvester, and I am employed with the Ministry of Education Library Services Department in the St. David's Community Library.
Okay. And my second guest with me this morning. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Mrs. Phylis Britton. I'm attached to the St. John's Community Library and also of the Ministry of Education.
Okay, great and nice to have you both. As you mentioned, you both are representing the Library Service Department of the Ministry of Education. Tell us a bit about who you are representing. You're both representing this morning. You did mention a library service. Tell us this whole issue about the library service of the Ministry of Education. Let's hear a bit in terms of what you do and more. And now, who's going to take the matter first and go with it in terms of what you do?
Okay, so at the library, as we say, we represent the Library Services Department and attached to the St. David's Community Library. So we are library clerks. We on a daily basis we have patrons coming in. We have children from the community, which is from school as well as surrounding areas. So we have the children come to borrow books. We check in and check out their books, make sure they whatever books that they take to read, that they can read it, because some children even take books that they cannot read. So we are there to make sure that the children are able to read the books based on their grade. And they sit during the lunch period, they read, they do research, and in the evening time, same thing, they come back to get their books. They come to socialize, to use the Wi-Fi service, do their research, and so on.
All right. It's a little bit important to me because, sometimes in these days and times you will think, well, youngsters are uninterested in the books part of a library, if you understand the direction I am going with this. And
yes.
So it's kind of important to me to hear the youngsters are coming to a library to read books and to borrow books. And I think that definitely that's a good thing because, most time you think of youngsters these days, you think about the digital gadgets that they're more interested in. The laptop or the tablet per se, that's what their interest is always geared towards, and it may contain books, but that physical books. How happy are you, both of you, of course, in terms of seeing youngsters coming to the library and wanting to borrow books and read books? How happy are you about that in particular?
Well, I must say that we do have a challenge. We do have a great challenge when it comes to reading hard copy materials, especially with children. As you say, because of all the devices that they are plagued with. But we are hopeful that because we have a lot coming in still, so these ones, they do take it very important, and you know that it's very important to read, not just to when you have research and you must do your research, so you must read. Just read. To get acquainted with writing stories and so on, because the more you read, the more you're able to write better stories and so on. So we are hopeful, very hopeful, because at the St. David's Community Library, we have a great amount coming in, both lunchtime and after school, to read.
All right. Ms. Phylis, let me ask you a wee bit in relation to your particular area. How is it for you in terms of youngsters visiting the library in your area?
Well, in my area, every day a student is visiting, more than one, especially after school. During lunch hour, some do come in to bring in the books, but after school, we get the majority of students coming in to bring back the books, to take new books to go home with. They even tell their other friends to come and join. And then we have teachers from the different school areas also coming in with kids to get your books, to introduce them to becoming a member also. So the introduction and everything is good. The patronage is very good also when coming to the kids reading.
Okay, great.
And you have kids that come in also to read, because even though they're in school, they're not getting that quality time to read a storybook. So they just come to us to help us, to read and such.
I'm certainly happy to hear that. Our main objective of this morning is in relation to that summer program that is coming, the summer program 2025. I want you to speak to me in relation to that. What's the objective of this particular program and more from both of your districts where your libraries are situated? Let's hear more about that.
Okay, so let me give you an overview of the Children Library Annual Summer Program. We stand for CLASP. This was established in 1988. That was like over 40 years ago, and is hosted in all libraries across Grenada, including Carriacou. The objective of the program is to sensitize participants about the burning issues affecting the environment and to create an awareness of the need to conserve and protect the environment. The general theme is our country, our people, and our future. During the years, we had sub-teams, which was held. So one of the sub-teams we had was Eat What You Grow, Grow What You Eat. We had Flora and Fauna. We had Intangible Heritage, just to name a few.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Alisha, you want to, of course, highlight anything more in relation to that?
So for this year's program, our main objective is to just raise awareness of our library's annual summer program. We want to let persons know in the community and on a whole that the community libraries do play a very important role in education and community development. And one of the ways in which we do that is through our annual summer program. And as a result, we want to really encourage community participation, especially among the young children and early teens.
You spoke of earlier, of course, Ms. Modest actually spoke about 40 years of this program. What would be the significance of the 2025 program? What will be more outstanding about this year's program in particular?
So what will be most outstanding about the program is the fact that we decided to choose a theme surrounding the ecosystem. So we know that this ecosystem topic is a much talked about topic. So we decided to also put our 2 pence to our island's ecosystem and the impact of that climate change has on our ecosystem. So we think that just the theme alone will make a very big difference, because we have a lot of activities that will go with that theme, perfect and really exciting activities for the children.
All right. In terms of participation, how are the youngsters will be able to participate in the programs coming? How will they be able to participate? Is there a signing up process or such like that?
Yes. There's a registration form that we have out. So we usually advertise. We have a flyer out also. We even send to the various schools so everybody knows about it, so they can come in and sign up.
Okay. And in your district, of course, Ms. Alisha, is actually the same process, Mrs. Sylvester, most likely?
It's the same process. It's the very same process. We have the registration forms. We will notify the schools and persons in the community. The children will come, or the parents will come to take the forms and register the children.
Is there an age range that of course, will be permitted to participate? Or is it just open to general?
Our age range is 7 to 12.
7 to 12 years old. All right. Ladies, we due for a break. We take a break when we come back. When I come back, I want us to get into details a wee bit about the activities that will be included in the program. So we hope to speak a little bit about that when we come back. Stay with us, please. Hey, folks, it's To The Point, Classic Radio GBN TV. We due for a break. Let's take it when we come back. We have much more here on today's program. We will be right back.
Glen fans, ready yourselves for the most anticipated Winston Tide games. June 7th and 8th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Come support our athletes as they compete with some of the region's best in the field events and on the tracks. Save the date, June 7th and June 8th. Winston Tide games at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Stay tuned for more info. Winston Tide Game 2025. Grenada, it's time to give praise while having fun and extraordinary family time. As PAWI, P-A-W-I, Grenada District presents Sports and Family Fun Day, Saturday, May 31st, 2025. Lassa Just Playing Field in St. David. It's going to be an exciting day filled with athletics, cricket, football, dominoes, cards, draft, and many more. There's always amazing deals. Flea market will be available together with a variety of eats and drinks on sale. Activity starts at 10 a.m., 10 in the morning and goes until 6 p.m. Come out and be part of this wonderful day of fellowship as PAWI, Grenada District Sports and Family Fun Day. Saturday, 31st May. Don't miss out.
Grenada, the road to greatness continues. Catch the senior men's national team live at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium for 2 thrilling football clashes. Saturday, May 31st, it's a fiery international friendly as Grenada takes on Anguilla, just $20 admission. Then on Wednesday, June 4, it's our FIFA World Cup qualifier versus the Bahamas, $25 admission. Both matches kick off at 7 p.m. sharp. Come dressed, come loud, come proud. Style your national team, bring your posters, and show the world you are the 12th man. Let's pack the stadium, flood the stands, and roar together. Get your tickets now at the official GFA ticket outlets. Go to Fed.com or at the gate. Let's stand proud with Team Grenada. One island, one team, one goal.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. It's to the point here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. It's Wednesday, the 28th day of May, 2025. And with me this morning, I have, of course, Miss Alisha Sylvester and, of course, Miss Phylis Britton Modest with us this morning, both representing the Library Service Department of the Ministry of Education. And we're talking in particular about that summer program they have coming up. And, of course, much more details have been thrown out this morning as relation to the program. Welcome back, ladies, and nice to have you here on the program once again. I didn't mention before the break, I wanted you to, of course, expand a wee bit on me about some of the activities that will be taking place, including that I'll also be including in the program for 2025. Let's expand on that just a wee bit, please.
So some of the activities that we have in the program this year is to get to have talks and sessions on the ecosystem, and we have fun crafts, especially using recycled materials that can be found in the environment. And we are using this material so that children can see that if this material is not disposed of properly, how it can affect the environment. For example, we're going to use old tires to make chairs. We're going to make candles and bamboos and bamboo brooms, jewelry from bamboo as well. And that's just to name a few.
Okay, and so, go right ahead.
We want to really do this so the children could really see what can be done to protect our environment. Because if we use this recycled material, then we'll be able to use it in a way that we can, show them how to recycle and so on. We'll also have field trips, and we want to visit the mangrove areas, coral reef areas, and we would have cleanup sessions in selected beach areas.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, talk to me about the benefits that can actually derive for youngsters getting themselves involved in this particular program. Tell me the benefits that will be right for them.
Okay, so we are having this program because we want to keep children engaged during the summer vacation. We know children would have just come from school, and sometimes parents go to work and they don't even have any way to leave their kids. So we are doing that just to engage the children during the summer program. We want to also foster a love for reading among the children. Before we said that children have been plagued by so much devices now. So we just want to show them that even though they have the tablets, they have their phones, reading, hard copy reading is very, very important for their education. Right. And we also going to offer a safe environment for children to socialize with their peers while they learn.
All right. I mean, it's what you call a positive distraction, especially from the electronic gadget and so forth. It's what we call a positive distraction to get their minds and so forth focused on other things that could build their mindset in a different direction than what the other on the gadget and so forth offer them about the world that sometimes is not even in their interest. You understand? And being able to read to spend time reading books. And you said this program started 40 years ago, and I could remember back then, we visited the library and so forth to get things done in terms of our schoolwork. School goes on vacation. There were summer classes that you would attend, and you would attend the library to have those whatever project and so forth you're doing during summer class you're taken care of at the library. Now everybody stays home and do it on a tablet or a laptop. So I think it's
why we have to make it exciting for them to come in.
Exactly. Because telling a youngster today, come and read a book, especially if their parents or a particular guardian is not around, could be a challenge. Yeah?
Exactly.
It's a challenge.
Once they know you have the gadget, they will come in.
Exactly. It's a challenge to get a youngster to read a book. I mean, I have 2 young boys, and I know the challenge that's just to get them to read a book. But if you present it to them via electronic gadgets, they gravitate to it instantly.
Of course they do, because we have computers here and they do come to use it to do the research.
Exactly.
But still, we just have to still include the books also.
All right. I'm certainly happy to hear, of course, a program of that nature is taking place. And I know there are other parents and guardians who will be interested. Is there a cost factor towards this, or is it just absolutely free that these just have to sign up to the schools and come in? Is there a cost factor that comes along with this?
It's just a cost of $10. Just $10 for the whole 3 weeks. It's just $10.
$10.
And we offer everything, yes, right. $10.
And all the of course, materials and stuff that they need for
we'll be providing that. We might just make them bring a little bottles and whatnot, but that's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, and those are just you just highlighted some of the activities, but it encompasses a whole lot.
Some of the activities, there are much more activities.
There's much more, yes.
All right. Great. Now, why do you think a program of that nature matters in this day and time? Folks will say, and some parents may want to put up a challenge and say, hey, I can leave my son and daughter home to play around with a computer or play on a phone and keep them home for some reason or the other. But sometimes that you spoke about also about the outdoor activities, which also will be included. A lot of youngsters find no reason to be outside if they can stay home, look at the television, or be on their phone or tablet or on the computer. Now, why do you think a program of this nature matters that much? Anyone going to answer for me? Why do a program of that particular nature matters in this time?
It is, how should I put it? It's a way for all the kids to come together, to learn new things. As we said, to find out more about the surrounding areas, to find out about the environment. Because as we just said, kids nowadays, everything for them is the gadgets. And we want to kind of bring down that to a level. We just want them to become more involved in learning, coming together as one. Because most of the kids and stuff that we get is mostly from the schools area. Yes, they're coming from the school area. They come in sometimes, some of them will come in and say, Miss, you have a computer here? I will say, yes, we have a computer. Miss, I could use it? I say, yes, of course you could use it. What it is you want to do? Miss, I just want to learn something. What it is you want to learn? Miss, I don't know. But the point is they have the idea of the computer. They just want this thing, the computer, to use. So that's why I find it's a good thing that they come in to use the library. on that medium.
All right. And not only for the use of the computer, we want to include them in terms of getting that hard copy book and reading it. Because,
of course. Yes.
God forbid 20 or 30 years from now, it will be something that folks will want to cherish, having a book in their home. You understand? Having a book in your house, And,
because some of them, okay.
Go right ahead. I'm listening.
Some do come in because, some do come in. We have the grids on all shelves. So if a child come in and they said, Miss, I'm in grade 2, we'll show them where grade 2 book is. But still, they cannot read the grade 2 books. So that is where we come in now to help them. Because I go tell them, I say, if you cannot read a book, don't take it. So I go tell them to bring the book to me and they read. If they don't know the words, then we could break it up in syllables for them and teach them. So it doesn't matter if they can read everything, but at least they could grasp 1 or 2 words. So that is also good.
How much is this? This has just brought a thought to mind for me. How much is it a challenge for you as being a librarian? Of course, it's primarily not your responsibility to teach youngsters how to read. I don't think that's the main responsibility of yours, and that is what they should be doing at school, more or less, right? It's not the responsibility for the librarian. You're being.
It's a challenge. It is a great challenge. Sometimes the teachers come in with them, so the teachers would know what level they're at in terms of reading.
Okay, great.
If the teacher does not come in with them, so we have to do that now. We have to go around with them if we realize they're not good at reading, but they're very interested. So we move around with them, as Miss Phylis said. We move around with them so they get the level, and we sit with them to really see if they could read the book. If not, then we have to go down to a lower level until we find the area which they could read.
Interesting to note because, I'm assuming there's something about a particular book and the level that the book is at that interests a youngster wanting to read it. You understand? Some folks may be interested in more. Exactly. I was going to say maybe the pictures, the cover of the book, maybe what they're interested in. And then it gets down to know the actual word within the words within the book. No, that's where the challenge actually comes in. But
that is the challenge.
Yes.
That's the challenge. Yes.
Now. Yeah. I'm assuming you speak with a lot of youngsters when they do visit the library and so forth. You did mention also that you do have teachers that come along from time to time. Yeah. But the concept of improving reading, especially in schools, what's your take on that will help you or make it easier for you as you both being the librarian there? Makes it easier for you when, of course, youngsters come to the library and they could go sort of the books. And it's always good when a youngster could read at a level that read out at a level that is beyond where they're at in school. A grade 3 may be reading at a grade 5 and so forth. You'll be certainly happy for that. How happy are you? How concerned are you in relation to that in terms of youngsters being able to read more, especially from that actual hard copy book? Anyone want to respond to me on that?
Yes. So yes, we are very concerned. As you said, a lot of them come in and they're 10. We even have kids who are at CPA level who cannot read. Mm-hmm. So it's a great concern. Knowing that they have to go and sit this exam and they can't even read. So it is a great concern. What I think that the school can do is just a suggestion. We can have more sessions with the library. In years gone by, we used to see that the classes will come in on a particular day at a particular time to encourage children to read and read a lot so they can get ready for the exams. We don't have much of that now. So we really want to encourage the schools to have a timetable where they have the different classes coming into the library, because most of the community libraries are very close to school. So if we could have that collaboration with school where they do a timetable and the children come in and have a library session, we do think that can help a lot in terms of encouraging children to read.
I'm happy you use the word collaboration, especially when it comes to the school, of course, and you say about having it formatted within the timetable and so forth, where depending on maybe it's a literature class or I've been out of school so long, a literature class or English B class or even your regular English language classes, where they could sit where instead of staying in class, they could actually come to the library where they get exposed to more of the book material that they could help them to improve their reading and so forth. Because having it the visible that physical book per se in front of you will certainly encourage you want to read more.
It makes a big difference.
It makes a difference, yeah.
All right.
But we do have teachers coming here in St. John's with their kids to read.
All right.
Classes do come in here. Yeah, we do have that here.
I want to ask you a wee bit in terms of, your libraries being out there in the rural communities. How is it? Is it of course visited? Especially, I understand you said it's close to the schools and so forth. But let's say for individuals who wanted to use it out of school time. Opening hours, is it goes up to, is it 4 p.m., 5 p.m., even on a weekend? Does that happen? How individual out of school time, do they visit the library and make that extensive use of it?
Adults do visit our library here in St. John's. The library opens at 9 to 5 from Monday to Friday.
Okay.
And adults do come in as well as the kids come in, yes. So every day we have somebody coming in. It doesn't matter for what, because people just call for different things. They just call for phone numbers, addresses, anything they want to find out. People do call in or they come in. They just want things typed out. They just want different things done.
All right. So various services are sometimes offered at the library.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
All right. What's it like for your, of course, community, Miss Alisha, Sylvester? What is it like for your community in terms of youngsters really?
For the St. David's Community Library, we have a bit of a challenge because it's in a rural area. It's not, there isn't much traffic, sad to say. But we do, as I said, we do have patrons coming in, especially from the school and a handful from the community.
All right. We due for a break. Let's take it when we come back. We're still going to get into the conversation some more. Listeners and viewers of if there's something about this conversation has grabbed your interest and you would like to ask, of course, my guest this morning, any question relating to, of course, the libraries and what you're thinking for yourself as someone maybe in a community that you think could enhance the use of the library some more, feel free to give us a call, 435-2041. We're coming right back after the break, folks. Don't touch it dial. We will be right back. Stay with us. Don't touch it dial, folks.
Project Music presents Rhythms of Spice. Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Featuring student performances Alpha One, Cool Jazz Band, Co-op Band Comancheros, Lion Pride Percussions. Project Music with Tira Etienne, Shireen Brizan, Jeremy Hector, Javon Andrew, and Sonika McKee. With special guests, Hickson from St. Lucia. Get your tickets $60 on sale at Grenadian Optical, Art and Soul, Gittins Pharmacy, Grenville, and Goto Fed. More at the door. Children 12 and under free. Rhythms of Spice, Sunday, June 1st, 3 p.m., Comahan Park. Sponsors Co-op Bank, Renwick & Thompson, Hubbard's, Baron Foods, Inter-Caribbean, True Blueberry Resort, Acado Grenada, Gabriel's Rentals, Andrews Construction, Supreme Sounds, DJ Danny, GBN, Boss FM, and Real FM. Absolutely no vending. Grenada, it's time to give praise while having fun and extraordinary family time. As PAWI, P-A-W-I, Grenada District presents Sports and Family Fun Day, Saturday, May 31st, 2025. Lassa Just Playing Field in St. David. It's going to be an exciting day filled with athletics, cricket, football, dominoes, cards, draft, and many more. There's always amazing deals. Flea market will be available together with a variety of eats and drinks on sale. Activity starts at 10 a.m., 10 in the morning, and goes until 6 p.m. Come out and be part of this wonderful day of fellowship as PAWI, Grenada District Sports and Family Fun Day. Saturday, 31st May. Don't miss out.
Yes, Grenada, it's what we've been waiting on. The countdown to the Maggie King of the Grill. It's back at his legendary home, Montrouge Playing Field. Grand Dance on Saturday, June the 7th. The flames return with grill masters battling for glory. All the action starts at 12 noon. Get ready. From 6 p.m. we go stateside for live entertainment by the Caress Band. It's food, fun, and fire for the whole family. Talking about kids' attraction, we got you covered. Bouncy castles, games, plenty of fun for the little ones while we indulge in the smoky goodness. Don't miss the vibe, the flavor, the fierce competition. King of the Grill 2025 is back and better than ever. Brought to you by Maggie, the secret of great flavor. Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Class Code, Grenada's #1 rum. Grenada Paper Products, classic like the Caribbean. Budget foods with quality and affordability. Call home. Sandals Resort, Glen Spring Water, Blue Bubbles Pier Rentals and Event Supplies. Innovation Grenada Limited, Rubis, fueling all grills in competition. It's Maggie, King of the Grill 2020. Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. We're here this morning, folks. And I did mention before the break, for our listeners and viewers out there, if you do have a question or two, you would like to ask our guests, as we've talking about, of course, the library service that has been offered, and, of course, the programs that are coming up for the summer program that they're offering, and some from the Library Service Department of Ministry of Education. If you have a question or two in relation to that, feel free to ask as we go through this. We do have a first caller, and let's entertain this caller, and when we certainly will, of course, ask a few more questions that I do have lined up for my guests. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and thank you. Now, that initiative, I just want to applaud them for their initiative and those areas in the initiative. Now, it have many parents that does not be at home, it's true. And many parents usually have children that let loose just wild over the place, causing a system mischief in other people's property. And they need to be occupied. That is good for them to go and get some occupation and be of some value to the nation. It's very, very, very important. And I thank you for that.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. I sort of thought that came across my mind as we are with another caller to calling and represent. Let's talk about the the organization of the library per se in terms of how it caters for the age range that you mentioned. You said is it from 3 to 12 or from 4 to 12 or that nature? The organization of the library, are there books that are catered for those ages right through the library?
Yes, there is.
Yes, of course. Yes.
All right.
There is.
All right, great. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Now, while the computer is a useful item in education nowadays, it is important, and I'm glad that they're doing it, that the children are taught to read and to socialize, communicate via personality, meeting them in voice, and meeting and chatting with one another. You see, we learn a lot through that. The computer seems to isolate us, and we become so insulated. We don't communicate, we don't react to one another, and that is very bad. It's happening now. I mean, imagine you in a home, and your brother, your sister is going to communicate with you, but they're using a computer. This is nonsense. What is wrong with we talking to one another, sitting around the table and enjoying ourselves and seeing the reaction? You cannot get the proper reaction with the computer or the tablet or whatnot. So I really hope that they concentrate on that. The children must learn to be reactive and communicate, socialize with one another. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for that contribution this morning. And of course, ladies, I guess you certainly understand where the caller is coming from in relation to,
yes, we do, certainly.
Yes.
Sometimes folks, these days where folks are at one side of the house and only how they can speak to each other is by sending a message to each other. You understand? And no one is having that verbal communication as they do before.
It happens a lot. Yes.
All right. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. You're welcome.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
And how are you?
Doing great.
I just want to say parents really damaging the brain of their children at a young age. Because you will see children always like 6 months And a parent will spend more than $200 to buy a tablet for that child instead of reading for the child and singing for the child, communicate with the child. They ain't doing that. You have most children now, they malnutrition. The parents are food, But as long as the children they on the tablet, they don't have no food. And when you call them come for piece of food, they ain't eat to digest. They just come and buy something because they want to go back to the tablet. So I beg in parents to help the children. The library, thank God for people who have it in mind still and trying to help these children. But parents need to do more with the children in reading and help them read. This tablet is damaging them poor children.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. And you want to respond to the caller in agreement or disagreement with the caller in terms of what she mentioned?
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear.
Oh, you
didn't hear.
You didn't hear her. I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure why you didn't, but okay. She was actually mentioning that she's saying that sometimes the use of the tablet and other devices that parents give to their sons and daughters these days are damaging them somewhere there. Because she's saying that sometimes parents give children as low as 3 to 6 months would purchase them a tablet in order to get that child from disturbing them, as some folks would say, so they could get to do other things and to give them that tablet or that something to read or listen to. So take that distraction, kind of distracted from the parents and so forth. So all right. My next question to both of you. What more would you like to see, take place with the library service, especially in your community? What more would you like to see done to enhance the library some more? What more would you like to see take place?
Well, for me, I would like to see one, as I mentioned before, more collaboration with the school. As I said, a lot of the libraries are very close to the school. And one of the things that we realize is that the schools have their own library. So that is sort of a hindrance to us actually getting the kids from the school to come in. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have the library, but if we have some sort of collaboration and time where the children could also come in to use the community library, that would play a very important role in the library going forward. Also, we want to encourage the adults to not just send in your children to get a book to read, but also come in with them. Because one of the things that we realize is that a lot of persons in the community, they have challenges for reading. Hence the reason probably they don't really come in. So we are on a mission to sort of do programs in the library where we can enhance learning in adults as well as children who have a challenge reading. There's a lot of other adults out there that really cannot read. So we want to encourage the Ministry of Education to just set up some sort of program in the library. It could be in the evening time where we have adult learning, adult literacy programs, help them to use the computer, help them to just type a letter. There are persons out there who you want to do just a simple letter, and they're not able to, so they come into the library asking for assistance. If we have a program set up where persons could actually come in to learn and have an idea how to do those simple things, filling out passport forms and all those things, and then persons really cannot do that. So we're asking, if we can have those programs where we can have those sort of learning areas to focus on. Also, as much as we say that the computers and tablets and just electrical devices on a whole sometimes take down children the wrong road, it also has its positives. So what we lack most in most of the libraries are computers, electrical devices. So if we could have those in a corner where children could come in to do their research and so on, it makes it easy for them. So we, of course, will have more traffic long as we have electrical devices. That also will be a plus. And just, I think one of the things too is encouragement and a whole. Sometimes we don't get that encouragement. Therefore, we don't have this zeal. So we really want persons to, just encourage us as library clerks, just to, just say simple words matters a lot for me.
Okay,
so
great.
I think encouragement is a lot.
All right, and especially from a community level, too, it plays a whole lot for you to do more. It would certainly give you the encouragement to do more as librarians, a whole lot.
Yes, it does.
All right, we do have another caller. Let's see what the caller wants to contribute this morning. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I think a computer, a tablet, it is equally important to a child as a book. The thing about it is that children they get interested in what they see. Giving a child a book to read with just letters, with no pictures, that means nothing to that child. But when you give a child a book with pictures on it, the child gets interested in what he sees with the picture. So he learns and he tries his best to read the book, the books with picture. So whatever he sees written on the picture, he fight to learn, to know what the individual in the book, in the picture, is saying. And I'm talking from my experience as a child. When I was going to school, I didn't like school. And I couldn't read much. But when I come out from school, I realized the importance of reading. So what I used to do, I used to buy comics with Kid Cool and Rawhide Kid and Captain America and these fellas. The Hulk was my favorite guy, because what happened is that he was strong, and more he get vexed, more you beat him, is more he get bad, and I like that. And this is the thing that we used to do as children in the day. We used to buy comics, and what you don't have, we exchange. You lend me yours, I lend you yours, and we read. And based on that, when I left school, I went to Trinidad, and my mother tell my aunt to make me read, but I cannot read much. So I do so, and I learn to read, and I write my mother back, and she write me back. I read her letter, she read mine. I come a man, I go and cut cane in Florida and all kind of things. I write my wife write me back. I used to go and buy money order and everything, and send money for she. I didn't have to ask nobody. The Jamaicans, who couldn't read, they used to come to me for I to write the wife for them. So they're telling you, don't try to condemn computer. The books and the computer work hand in hand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Got you, caller. And certainly that caller didn't exactly made a lot of sense there.
Yes.
Made a whole lot of sense. Because, we didn't mention that. Yes, there are times the computer, the tablets, they have that negative about them also, but sometimes they do provide that positive. They have their positive about it in terms of what you could learn. And that instant way of gathering information for sometimes. You understand? It may take you a while to go through a book to understand it, but when it's brought to you by the computer or the tablets, you get that faster way of obtaining the information you want, especially when these days they have it where you, of course, that if you're not, it could be read to you. You understand? So you actually listen to whatever's been said today, the audio books and so forth.
It brings back some memories there when he said the kids usually come in, if they cannot read the book, they read the pictures. And put a smile on their face as the adults.
And it gives it they describe the picture, give a description of the picture, and of course it's almost like whatever is written there.
Exactly.
All right. So nice to hear that.
Sometimes you find children coming like that. They take a book, even if they cannot read the words, they watch the pictures and they say their own story.
And they tell you,
and they tell you a story.
All right, great. All right. Yeah. We just have around 10 more minutes left on today's program. Let's take our final break in the program this morning, and when we come back, of course, we get some, closing comments and so forth, and we still will accept calls from individuals to get us to the top of the hour. Stay with us, folks. We're coming right back to the Point Classic Radio GBN TV. We will be right back. Yes, Grenada, it's what we've been waiting on. The countdown to the Maggie King of the Grill. It's back at his legendary home, Montrouge Playing Field. Grand Dance on Saturday, June the 7th. The flames return with grill masters battling for glory. All the action starts at 12 noon. Get ready, get ready. From 6 p.m. we go stateside for live entertainment by the Caress Band. It's food, fun, and fire for the whole family. Talking about kids' attraction, we got you covered. Bouncy castles, games, plenty of fun for the little ones while we indulge in the smoky goodness. Don't miss the vibe, the flavor, the fierce competition. King of the Grill 2025 is back and better than ever. Brought to you by Maggie, the secret of great flavor. Grenada Distillers Limited, makers of Class Code, Grenada's #1 rum. Grenada Paper Products, classic Lightning Caribbean, budget foods with quality and affordability. Call home. Sandals Resort, Glen Spring Water, Blue Bubble Spear Rentals and Event Supplies, Innovation Grenada Limited, Rubis, fueling all grills in competition. It's Maggie, King of the Grill 2025. Be there.
Grenada, the road to greatness continues. Catch the senior men's national team live at the Karani James Athletic Stadium for 2 thrilling football clashes. Saturday, May 31st, it's a fiery international friendly as Grenada takes on Anguilla, just $20 admission. Then on Wednesday, June 4, it's our FIFA World Cup qualifier versus the Bahamas, $25 admission. Both matches kick off at 7 p.m. sharp. Come dressed, come loud, come proud. Style your national team, bring your posters, and show the world you are the 12th man. Let's pack the stadium, flood the stands, and roar together. Get your tickets now at the official GFA ticket outlets. Go to Fed.com or at the gate. Let's stand proud with Team Grenada. One island, one team, one goal.
It's time to give praise while having fun and extraordinary family time. As PAWI, P-A-W-I, Grenada District presents Sports and Family Fun Day, Saturday, May 31st, 2025. Lasser just playing field in St. David. It's going to be an exciting day filled with athletics, cricket, football, dominoes, cards, draft, and many more. There's always amazing deals. Flea market will be available together with a variety of eats and drinks on sale. Activity starts at 10 a.m., 10 in the morning, and goes until 6 p.m. Come out and be part of this wonderful day of fellowship as PAWI, Grenada District Sports and Family Fun Day. Saturday, 31st May. Don't miss out.
Welcome back once again, listeners and viewers. We inside of the final segment of today's program, this Wednesday's edition of To The Point. And with me this morning, I have the Library Service Department of Ministry of Education. Representing this morning, we have Miss Alisha Sylvester and Mrs. Of course, Phylis Britton, Modest with us this morning. Both of them are here representing, of course, the Library Service Department of the Ministry of Education. Now, we're getting set for that wrapping up segment of the program this morning, ladies. I want you to once again just re-highlight, of course, some of the details of the program for maybe there was a listener viewer who probably popped in a bit late on the program this morning. Maybe you could re-highlight on it for them, re-highlight some of the activities that will be included in the program. And of course, you didn't mention there's a fee for this year's, of course, program, so maybe you could also highlight that once again. I'm not sure who wants to take the mantle first and get that and get some closing contributions from me also. Go right ahead, please.
So we want to mention, for those who was not aware, the program will last for a period of 3 weeks. I don't think we mentioned that. It will be from the 14th of July to the 1st of August. Mm-hmm. And the venue the program will be hosted at the St. David's Community Library, the St. John's Community Library, River Sally Community Library, and also at Carriacou. Now, you register in person, you just come into the different libraries mentioned above and you get your registration form. and you register. As we said, it's only $10 and it's for 3 weeks, so it's very affordable. And our theme for the program is our ecosystem and the impact that climate change has on it. And some of the activities that we mentioned, we're going to have sessions and talks. And we also want to mention that we hope to collaborate with some of the places that can help us when it comes to ecosystems. So we hope to get someone from climate resilience, forestry, and just persons in the community who will be able to help children to be more knowledgeable about our ecosystem and the impact that the change in the climate will have on it.
Right.
Oh, great. So certainly hope that I certainly hope for the success of the program for 2025, and of course the encouragement that the youngsters will have, especially those who will be attending. I hope for the parents and so forth who are listening this morning, get that $10, get them registered, and send them out. It's certainly a good distraction. I would like to put it in that particular way for them during the summer vacation. Not just have them sit at home and be focused a whole lot on the television. So I certainly hope they register, and just we hope for the success of the program. So I want to thank you both once again and for coming on the program this morning.
Thank you.
It was an interesting conversation. I certainly hope to have you back. Maybe you could probably come back after the program and tell me about some of the success stories of the program. Some of the success stories of the program and how the youngsters participated and how happy they were in able to learn about the climate changes and the different aspect of the climate and so forth as the theme actually mentioned. So I want to thank you both once again, and it was a pleasure to have you on today's program. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
For having us.
And you're certainly welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks a whole lot. Hey, folks, that's where we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank all who contributed to today's program. Those of you sat at home and you listened, you contributed some way, and you were happy to hear about, of course, the library service here in Grenada, and certainly hope that the library department of the Ministry of Education and what they will be doing with the summer program to help the youngsters certainly, of course, improve on their reading and their overall way of being in today's world. So, folks, join me again for another edition of To The Point. That will be tomorrow. Have a good day, folks, and goodbye.